then you're back on into racing, back into the race. But yeah, there's so many things you want to do at the place like this you probably don't want to do, right? One is get involved in a wreck. Second is you don't want to get involved in anything malicious going on throughout the event. And then track position to me is very, very important. You want to be on that outside lane to start on a restart. So the 55 and the 99, they look like they're in prime position to gain the 1 and 2 positions. But Chris Trail, Joseph, all these guys that are on the bottom side of the racetrack, Corey Stahl, they're all going to try to move up and merge with the field. And we got single filed pretty quickly during that first run.
Yeah, got single file pretty quickly as I had an uh-oh moment there. Started the broadcast on OBS, but not YouTube. So that whole first part of the broadcast wasn't on the docket, but nonetheless, we are here. Again, my name is Dylan McDonald, back with Season 3 of Lucky Dawg, and Ricky Gonzalez, my compadre, standing tall next to me, getting ready to go to San Antonio, right following after this race. So, yeah, it's been a long I can't even say off season. Technically, it's just a long break. Yeah, a long break, and I had a rookie moment there forgetting to start the stream on the YouTube side. But nonetheless, we are here at Irwindale, 125 laps, first caution through the books. Jeff Vickery going off the nose of Wally Babb, facing the opposite direction. Corey Stahl and Jeff Radke getting together there through the corners. They're able to get it figured out here as we're taking on the board a look by that number 84 machine. Still.
Yeah, 33 able to slide up right behind Jeff and finally able to get the momentum on the top side of the racetrack. He was kind of straddling that dotted line in the corners. Kind of not where you want to be right now. You kind of want to be almost Kyle Larsoning it all the way around this racetrack, and you see Jeff, he's just eyeing that 84 machine, trying to find a way around him, and knowing how Radke races, he's playing a long game. He's being patient. He's gonna let these guys race. You know, let the leader set the pace of the field, because we don't know what could happen. We don't know how this car is going to be on a long run.
Exactly, and that's pretty much what they're doing. Corey Stahl now, or not Corey Stahl, Sean Long all over the back bumper of Joseph Griavala trying to make something happen. Thought maybe he was going to give him a little bit of a bump and run there, but he didn't do it. I think if Sean can get to the number 47's outside, he could be in good territory there, but not able to do so. He had the opportunity, just didn't take advantage of it. As Jeff Radke looking down to the inside, he's got to back out of it though. A little bit too much of throttling up there, getting a little bit too tight into quarter entry. He's going to do it again, just not able to make the pass. So there it is, the inside and not able to work if you're running that outside. The outside is the most offensive line you can take. And Sean Long able to hold off the charge from Jeff Radke.
Yeah, going back to what you said, you kind of want to show the left side tire to that fender. If you can get it to the right side fender, I feel like you could probably make a pass on the outside. As we saw, you see Radke lost so much time when he tried to take the inside. I mean, he's still considered on the high side of the racetrack as they put Johnny Williams another lap down. He's still... It's so hard to pass here, and then you don't know where people's braking points are. Your braking point might be different than the driver in front of you, and then the driver behind you might have a different braking point than what you have going on. So a lot of cat and mouse going on here tonight, trying to figure out what's going on. And well, we're only 30 laps into this race, and so many things and so many options could happen. Man, it's going to be a wild one, and you see Radke trying to get the run off of 2, just not able to do it. It's so hard to pass in these tour mods, and you know one thing compared to the NASCAR, we talked about it last broadcast, these things don't have fenders. So if you touch tires, you're pretty much done, like you're in an Indy car, and you're along for the ride.
Yeah, along for the ride indeed. As looking here, I mean, it's spot on with what you're saying, especially without the fenders. I mean, you lock wheels just like an Indy car. Your car is going to go up into the air. The car that you touch is going to get a little bit loose as everybody's going to bottleneck here. There it is. He showed his outside, but he's going to get loose. He saved it. What
Saved
a
it. So did
save.
Radke.
Radke saved his. It all started with Wally Babb getting loose in front of him. And now
Oh,
Jeff
he's in the
Radke.
wall.
Jeff Radke showed his bumper down to the inside of Joseph Griavalli. He's going to dive it on in there. He's going to be side by side. Loose coming out. Look at him dirt tracking. Buddy, you're in the Americas. You're not in Tokyo. This ain't Tokyo Drift. But he's going to make it work.
Look at the 84. 84 went from running in the top 5, and he's all the way outside of the top 5 now. And such a heartbreak for him. I mean, he basically rode the wall. Ross Chastain did 1 and 2. Is trying to get off of it, and he couldn't. But, yeah, you can start to see – I mean, the two leaders, first and second, I mean, they're pretty much in a zone of their own right now. I know we're still early on in this race. 35 laps have now been completed here at the famous Irwindale Speedway. But you can see people starting to back their corners up. Oh, 33's in the wall. Yeah, you can see handling's definitely starting to play a factor now in some of these race cars.
Yeah, you can definitely tell that indeed is Scott Negus able to pull away from Chris Luttrell for the time being. He has led from start till now on the field, and he's got this car and track figured out. Johnny Williams making his return here to the Lucky Dog Lucky Dog Racing League.
We got a wreck. Oh, Wally Babb's in it.
Oh.
Corey Stahl's in it. Oh, man. Sorry to cut you off there, Dylan. Gonna go back, see what happened here. Yeah, the 99 got a bump from the 47, and the 33 nowhere to go. Who else was involved? Zach Bates looks like he was involved as well. Rewind it one more time, and yeah, wow. 4 cars involved in that wreck, and Dylan, you asked me earlier, now I'm coming to take some tires.
Yeah, I think, right now, I mean, you guys ran at least almost 30 to 40 laps on these set of tires, so it's probably best if you do tire management here.
Yeah, it's tricky, right? You don't have a lot of time. I don't believe you have a lot of time to change 4 tires. I did a Gen 4 race here one time, and I took 4, and next thing I know, I'm looking up, and it says pit road's closed, and there's the pace car passing me by, and I'm like, whoa, this isn't fun. And then you're playing behind the 8 ball, and so let's see what happens when some of these drivers come down pit road. See what happens, and going back to the wreck too, Dylan. It's the thing we talked about earlier in the broadcast, braking points. We don't know what braking points other drivers have compared to what you're doing in the race car. And it looks like that just was the case. Got a little tap of 47 and to the 99, and that's all she wrote. And probably different braking points, different driving styles, and that's probably what caused that accident. But let's see, the 24, Patrick is going to stay out, and I'm looking at pit road.
Pit road is a very, very busy place, but you're seeing everybody take 2 tires. So that could be the make or break here. I mean, I don't feel like your left side tires could really have like a big, I guess, damage or tire wear. Yeah. I don't see the left sides being a big problem. You're more than your rights. I mean, obviously, it's high side ripper out here, but still, left side tires do make a difference. Is Jeff Radke, the man in the number 3 machine, able to come all the way up to P at number 2? So big jump for the driver of the number 3 Industrial Handling Systems Incorporation, making his way up to P number 2 as the time being. Clumsy Cardboard, Patrick. I'm not even going to try to pronounce that last name because every time I do it, I butcher it. So Patrick in the number 24 machine going to elect to take the inside. You got Dalton McKinney in Scott Negus in P number 3 in position number 4. Wally Babb not able to make all that damage, not able to get all the damage fixed on that number 99 machine, but still sitting at P number 6. Patrick on the inside of older tires, Jeff Radke on the outside with fresher tires. coming off turn number 3 and 4. A little bit of wheel spin from the number 24 machine, and Jeff Radke going to get a good restart on that outside, and he's going to pass the number 24 coming off turn number 2. So give the lead on over to the number 3 machine of Jeff Radke.
It did it once again from the back to the front. Oh, and they're wrecking in the back. Looks like everybody got it straightened out. And on that restart, Dylan, you can see everybody just scatter like ants, trying to fill a hole and trying to get into the top lane of the racetrack. Here goes the 55, going to go all the way down to the apron. He's going to try to make it stick as he gets around the slower car of the 21. 21 able to hold ground by using that outside lane, but with everybody having 2 tires, you got to make quick work of it. That way, when everybody is on equal playing field, you're not a percentage or 2 behind. Using the apron once again, trying to get around him. You just can't do it.
Yeah, looking at it now, Scott trying to do what he can to make it happen. Down to the inside with the number 24 machine of Patrick. Using that inside to his advantage. He's going to be clear of him this time, no, but look at the run that the 24 gets. I think that's the only bad part about using the apron like that is, yes, you can get it to work, but almost a little bit of connection, emotional damage between those 2 drivers. He's going to be up into the wall. That's going to give Scott the advantage going into turn number 1 and 2. Scott's going to take that position over, so move Scott back on up 1 more position. Is Patrick under heavy fire now from the number 00 of a Chris Luttrell.
Yeah, I'm anxious to see now then when the 21, if we do get another caution, 21 comes down. We know everybody else is probably going to come down, take their second set if they have a second set sitting in the pits. Forgot to read the rules again, Dylan. We've been on break for so long, man. Even I'm messing up here tonight. But yeah, it's gonna be anxious to see if that 21. I mean, he's just going backwards. Everybody on those two tires, just trying to find a way around them, and you can see everybody using the top lane, the bottom lane. Oh, 00 is gonna get a little loose off of 2. That's gonna open the door up for the car behind him to try to get by him. Slams the door going into 3. That'll be the 41, and yeah, you can just see everybody just ripping the top side of the racetrack right now.
Yeah, that's pretty much where you want to be, and just behind the number 41 is going to be the number 33 of a Corey Stahl. Then you got Sean Long behind him, and then you have Joseph Griavala. Griavala in the number 47 machine trying to make something happen with Zach Bates right behind him, normally in a Tesla machine, but now traded in the Tesla for a V8 American Muscle-powered car. Is Zach Bates trying to make his way on up here. And Travis Decker, the number 41 machine, going to lose a couple of spots there. Went from the outside down to the inside, trying to make something happen. Oh. And he's going to lose a lot of spots here. Nope, not going to get passed by the number 19 this time. Yes, he will. Is Jeff Vickery through the back. Is the 17 getting a little bit loose. But it's all Jeff Radke out front with a strong number 46 of Dalton McKinney trying to catch him. And then you got Wally Babb in P and number 3.
Oh, they're going to touch. Oh, they saved it.
3. Oh, Jesus.
The 24 got it. Somebody got it to the 24, and they scattered around the racetrack because they thought they were going to be collected. And here comes Graham.
Oh, man. Buddy.
I know we're trying to look at the leaders, but man, this is some tight racing. Oh, the 41's going to ride the wall a little bit. And this is really hard racing going back here in the back. Oh, and he's going to loop it. Oh, save it. Save it. And he does. Sean Long with the save. And man, the past couple of laps I've been watching these guys back here, it's been wild.
Yeah, taking another look through the field, and pretty much now that everybody has gotten their couple lap battles out of the way, they have strung out back to single file all the way through the racetrack. No big battles going on currently at the moment. The closest one on deck is going to be the 55 in the 99, and then you got the 46 as well. So these three going to see what they can do. Is giving you guys this little flyby shot here coming through turns number 1 and 2. You see everybody going on around. See the exit of pit lane through the backstretch for Jeff Radke. A little bit of a wall touch there. Then you got this gangle of cars back here, 5 of them. And
stall. Stall back into the wall. Gravala able to get around him, so move the 47 machine up. Oh, and that 21. Is it 21, 24? Can't tell.
24.
On the font. 24, he's just all over the racetrack right now. He just, no grip probably, old 58, 61 lap old tires. He's just trying to hang on at this point, and he's really trying to anticipate a yellow. And there it is. Ask and you shall receive. There's the caution. I don't really know.
Oh, the 17. 17, I just happened to look and find the number 17 down in the grass. Now is the time that number 24 kind of wants to come in and take some right side tires. He notices how much of a difference tires did make. I honestly didn't think tires would have made a big difference, but look at that. Caution came out because Jeff Radke was right on the back bumper, pretty much, of Jeff Vickery, going to make a pass for the Lucky Dog in the number 51 machine of Jeff Vickery. So luckily for Mr. Vickery, the caution came out for him just in time. And this is going to be our second caution of the night. I mean, Ricky, 63 laps in 2 cautions, that's not bad at all.
Yeah, not bad at all. That's actually really good. I was a part of a short track race, and we had 31 cautions. So, as you can imagine, that's frustrating as a driver because you can't get into that rhythm. These guys able to get into a rhythm, and especially with ones that wasn't really on tires and trying to manage to get around him. And I think everybody did a really good job of trying to get around him. And we had some good battles in the back of the pack. And I mean, the front of the pack of 46, 99, the 3, I mean, they were all pretty much checked out. You can add the 55 to them and the 00. They were all pretty much checked out. And then you had the 5 stragglers in the back. They were racing really, really hard. And it wasn't bad. It was really good racing. And people trying to make moves and trying to get positions. And because we know track position's key. And I thought it was a really good run.
Yeah, really good run there. Is the 17 is going to go down into pit lane, take some tires on that number 17 machine. Again, he was the cause of the caution. He's going to take 2 lefts this time. You'll see if he's going to jack up the right side. Maybe he forgot to turn them on. No, he's going to take 2 lefts and come on out. Not sure if that was a good strategic call or if he's running the ASA Stars format, where the ASA Stars, Ricky, if you did not know, is pretty much the series that Stephen Nasse and all those guys run in the super late models. When they run and they have to pit, they can only change 2 tires at a time. They can't do 4 tire pit stops.
Interesting. I didn't know that.
Yeah,
Then again, I don't really watch. I don't watch that short track stuff. I know one thing is coming up though. And we all know what happens in the first part of January. It happens in Tulsa, Oklahoma. That is going to be the Chili Bowl. I'll be sure to tune in. I always tune in year after year for that race.
Pace car into pit lane, this time by Dalton McKinney. Jeff Radke with the go-go juice here. Radke elected to take the top. He's off to the races. Here comes Scott all over the back bumper. He's going to potentially... Oh, they're all into the wall. They're all into the wall. They're scattering again. Oh, no. Everybody's scattering. The top 3 that were on the outside just all went to the outside wall. 3 wide, Joseph Gravala. So far, so good.
Oh, they're wrecking. Dalton McKinney's in it.
Oh, Scott. Oh, no.
Houston.
We had a liftoff. Patrick, or was it Patrick? It was not Patrick. Oh, no, Corey Stahl on his lid. Down to the inside, had to take the evasive maneuver. Ended up putting himself down to the inside wall. And Ricky, if these cars had fenders, we'd have some yard sales. But no fenders here today. Kind of sad.
Be be calling Dale Jr. if you get some of these cars in his junkyard.
Yeah. Dale Jr.'s graveyard, as he calls it. I mean, hey, Dale Jr., if you're watching this, make sure you guys hit us up. We can get you some more iRacing Tour mods. You know what I'm saying? We can get you looking right. Is third caution here right off the bat, and that was just a weird restart. Everybody it just looked like they had no grip at all. Just no grip. Everybody on that outside went straight to the wall, but able to come on out of it. And the biggest person that came out of it was Wally Babb, who's going to elect to go down into pit lane, maybe get some more of that damage fixed. Not sure exactly how much damage he's really got. I mean, you can see the side Nerf bar and the front Nerf bar are a little bent. On that number 99 machine, he does elect to take his fast repair there. And Wally Babb going to take some tires and get back on out here and see what the number 99 can do. He only takes right sides, and that is only it. But with the ASA stuff, like how I was saying, is the only reason why I know that is because when I went to Winchester last year for the Winchester 400, that's the announcer was taking my lines for one. Okay, he was saying spicy. He was saying anything. He said emotional damage, championship implications. I'm like, whoa, buddy, that is trademarked solely by Dylan McDonald. You can't use my words like that. But he also said that any pit stop they had 5 sets of tires. They couldn't go any over 500 or 5 sets of tires out of 400 laps at the world's fastest half mile super banked Winchester Motor Speedway. You can go through 5 sets of tires pretty darn quickly if you overextend the life of them right off the rip.
Yeah, I didn't know that you could only take 2. That's an interesting fact. It's cool to see different rules being played out in different series. You know, NASCAR, they're always taking 4. IndyCar, they're always taking 4. NASCAR, sometimes you take 2 at the end of a race because you just jack the air pressure up and you just rip it and go. IndyCar, I've never seen them take 2. They've always taken 4. IMSA, their pit road rules, they're kind of weird too. You can't change tires till the car's fully loaded, but they're going to be back on the restart zone. And Radke gonna be on a loud pedal. Man, he got a heck of a jump on that outside lane, and that's probably they're spinning in the back.
Spinning in the back, John. They saved
able
it.
To lock it down. He saved it.
Oh my goodness, Scott Nagus getting out of the way. He's all the way down by the grass. He's going to make that inside work 3 wide. A little bit of a door bump there by the number 41. He's able to keep it off the wall, but man, these restarts getting spicy up here.
Yeah, and you can tell we're only halfway in the race too, Dylan, and you can see the aggression level starting to pick up just a little bit. And everybody trying to get every position, they're trying to get into the corner as hard as they can. Some people aren't saving. You can tell, 84 going to get sideways off of turn number 2. And yeah, they're racing really, really hard right now, trying to catch that number 3 machine. They don't want to see him win back-to-back. And you can correct me if I'm wrong, Dylan. I think he's gone back-to-back already. He's looking to go back-to-back-to-back after we coming back from this break.
Yeah, so let me look here at the old Discordio. I'll be able to tell you who and all whatever has happened. We'll go ahead and look at the schedule. So I know Jeff Radke won a Richmond.
84 into the inside wall.
Oh no, broken the tire for the number 84 down by pit lane entrance. He's just going to take it on in there, get that tire up and going. No caution here tonight,
no caution. Actually surprised by that one. No caution. 2 cars were involved, but yeah, we're going to continue racing. Lap 80. Radke out to a good margin of his lead. He's going to get it up to about 9/10 of a second over the 19 of Zach Bates, who's running P2 after starting P15. Right behind him is Kiss Luttrell, and then Jeff Vickery in that 51 Whataburger car, and Wally Babb, after getting that EOL penalty, he's trying to make his way back up to the front. trying to use that low line. You see the 84 coming back out on track, probably use a fast repair. He's able to still rock and roll. Where he's going to be scored 2 laps down, and so he's probably going to need a couple cautions here at the end to get him back into contention. But going back to the schedule, as we have a moment, everybody seems to be single file. Got a couple in the back that are racing pretty hard, but for the most part, everybody is single file. But going back to Radke, has he done 3 in a row, or is he looking to go 3 in a row?
He is looking to go 3 in a row. This will be 2 in a row. So he won Richmond, McKinney won Myrtle Beach, and then Radke won Thompson. So those 2 ended up doing that one. And now they're getting ready to go all the way in and through. So, I mean, he could double down. He is our first multi-winner in Jeff Radke in the number 3 machine. You can see Dalton McKinney having some trouble there. Wally Babb, first person I have seen use the inside to make it happen. Dalton McKinney going to lose another spot to Mr. Wally Babb. Patrick, all the way down to the inside! No! He got caught up in it. Wally Babb used his fast repair already. Not the Babster. Anybody but the Babster.
There's just nowhere to go.
Nowhere to go for Wally Babb. Man, that right front is broken. I think it'll buff out. You know, it just put a new tie rod in it. Call it done. We'll get him back out there. He ain't gonna lose no laps. I believe in him. I got faith in
strong
Wally Babb.
hand.
Yeah, take my strong hand. As Wally Babb trying to make something happen there, just not able to do so. And it all happened in front of him. He tried to go low, and
he just had nowhere to go. That's just unfortunate for him. Nowhere to go for him. He's gonna bring it down pit road. Anxious to see. I don't know how much damage he'll have on that race car of the required, but as they say, it broke.
Yeah,
I think it's broke.
It is broketed to an extent where it is unrepairable, as some may say. I would think that's about 34 minutes worth of damage, at least. Obviously, no. He didn't have any. Oh yeah, that tire's completely gone on that number 99 machine, so they just took it off. Unless it went down pit lane and got stuck on a wall, but I'm looking at Wally Babb right now. He's got no front right tire. It is completely gone. It has left the chat.
Picker said, I'll go ahead and take that. And there's another famous quote made by Mr. Elvis Presley. Elvis has left the building, and people, the tire has left the building. So they're going to have to do some damage over there, fix damage control, try to get that race car all fixed up. And tough, unfortunate break, just nowhere to go. I mean, they're sliding. They're on the brake. You can see they're holding the brake, and yeah, that's just unfortunate, especially when you're a bystander to somebody else's mess. I think that as a driver frustrates me the most. Where that happened to us, Dylan, in MSRO. I was racing a teammate, and he gets loose, running triple monitors. Didn't even know where he was because he was so far on the bottom side of the racetrack. I was running the top. And out of nowhere, just boom, and yeah, I could definitely feel some of the frustration probably sitting on that 99 pit right at this moment.
Yeah, definitely a heartbreak for Mr. Wally Babb. Always had a great season, and just to come back from that long hiatus and to be sitting in pit road to get those repairs done. That is always the worst, though, especially when you can't see him, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh, yeah, I made it past the wreck, and then at the last second, psych, you thought you did.
Oh, man. The famous words of Mark Gonzalez.
Yeah. No show. Here I am. Scott Negus and Travis Decker on the front row here. Scott going to use that inside to his advantage. Going to get clear of the number 41. Jeff Radke going to be stuck behind the number 41 machine. The 46 going to be able to make his way up through the field. Jeff Radke down to the inside. 3 wide. Get a little bit loose. outside wall.
I think that was the kicker of this restart too. The 46 getting around the 3. Those two have pretty much been the cars to beat here tonight. Approaching lap number 95, so we are coming towards the end of this race. You see Radke just ripping the fence, trying to get every single second of time that he lost, because he knows if that 46 gets bigger or smaller and smaller and smaller, it's not going to be good for him outside of that windshield. So he's going to have to find a way around the 00. But look, the 55 pretty much sitting in the catbird. See, we got one spinning, and the caution's going to come out.
Yeah,
Gonna have to rack them up one more time.
Yeah, caution's going to come on out for the number 41 of Travis Decker, who has decided to take it behind the wall there. Not sure if he had internet connection issues there, but started going, and all of a sudden he was lost.
Yeah, the only ones I'm showing so far out of the race is Johnny Williams in the 45. Corey Stahl, was Johnny had back problems midway through the race, and so hate to see Johnny have that. We know real life stuff comes first. Man, take care of yourself, take care of your body. Get some medicine in you, man. Hope you get to feeling better. And then Corey Stahl, we saw him on his lid earlier. He just decided to park it, put it on the trailer. And then Wally Babb, not this caution, but the caution before, he was involved in that wreck. We saw the tire gone on pit road. He's out of the race as well. And then Sean Long is the only other car that I see. I mean, he's still running. I see him out there. Yep, he's coming around to take the lucky dog. So he'll get one of his 2 laps back, or laps. He was 2 laps down. He'll get one of those back, so we'll put him 1 lap down. And so far, you have 10 cars on the lead lap. Scott Negus, Dalton McKinney, Chris Trell, your top 3. Jeff Radke in 4th. Patrick, not even going to try to pronounce it. Dobransky. That sounds about right. No? A plus, C plus.
I can't even try to pronounce it. Dorbransky, Dorbzanski. I don't know.
And then Gravala, he's in 7th. Zach Bates in 8th. Jeffrey Vickery in 9th. Travis Decker in 10th. And then you have Long, Babb, Stahl, and Williams rounding out the field. So, yeah, that caution helped Radke. I mean, we're going to rack him up again. Let's see what side the leader decides to take. But the 3 is in a perfect spot running the outside. If I'm the leader, I'm taking the outside. And if you're the 46, you're just going to have to try to fill that spot in front of the 3, because he knows if the 3 gets in front of the 46, it's pretty much game over. He can't really defend or do anything about it. So the last restart kind of helped out because he was boxed in with the 00 and the 46 and the 55. So I gave the 46 a clean track to go underneath the cars that didn't take tires, and he was able to make his move and be in that second position. So sitting in the catbird seat as they're coming to this restart with less than 25 laps to go as they come around.
Yeah, it's going to be less than 25 to go. Scott Negus in the pole position as of right now. Then you got Dalton McKinney, Crystal Trail, and the number 3 of Jeff Radke. It looks like Sean Long. No, Joseph Griavala rounding out your top 5. Right? Nope, yep. I was wrong. It is Patrick. It's just Patrick for now on until I figure out how to pronounce the man's last name. It is Patrick, your top 5. This is where it's going to get interesting, though. You got 3 really, really quick and fast guys out here. Scott and Dalton McKinney rounding your top row. Scott with the go-go button right off the rip. And just like, Jeff Radke having a little bit of miscommunication on the gear shifts there. Going to allow the number 46 to get up in front of him. And that's all that Dalton McKinney needed, was to get ahead and get by the number 3 machine of a Jeff Radke. Wants to keep him behind him. But how desperate are these people going to get? Does Dalton McKinney want to get another race win? Or is he content on where he's sitting and let Scott Negus take away the race win?
Yeah, I think with Dalton, he's such a competitive driver. He's going to try to find a way around him, but he's going to have his hands full here in a minute. As the top 3 there, they are covered. I mean, they're right there bumper to bumper. You have a little gap back to 4th, but yeah, if I'm the 46, you got to start planning when you want to make your move, as we're under almost 20 laps to go in this event. We're on lap 105, so next time by it'll be less than 20 laps to go. You got to start planning when you want to make your move. You know, do you want to start the slide job? You can't do it too early because you have that guy behind you in the 3 that's looking to go back to back. You just got to play your cards right, and you got to time it perfect where you do the slide job, maybe going into 3 and try to gain momentum out of 2. That's probably the game plan in his head right now. But yeah, he looks like he's waiting. He's like a cat trying to get his prey. He's just waiting on somebody to either A, mess up, or B, capitalize on something that he thinks he's stronger on a certain part of the racetrack than he is than his competitors. So this is going to be wild coming down to the end as you take a look at these 3 right here, right now. This is going to be good, I think, coming to the end.
Yeah, I think right now, who doesn't want to see a caution is going to be the number 3 machine of Jeff Radke. Just with him sitting down in P number 3 right now, he would have to restart on the inside, and then would have to try to hurry up and get back up on the outside. So these 3, throw them under a blanket and let them fight underneath there and see who comes out on top. The 3's got a head full of the number 46. Going to be right up on that back bumper, almost giving him a little bit of a touch. He's going to be almost side by side, almost there, not going to be there. Going to give him a little bit of a tap there, get him a little bit loose, but the 3 gets a little bit loose. So that's gonna that is a big relief off the back shoulders of the number 46 machine. He's like, oh yeah, finally some breathing room. I can actually run my line the way I need to run it. As Dalton McKinney gets a little bit too high, but it's not going to be enough. Scott finally started up front, led the majority of the first half of this race, and finally has found his way back to the front again in that American tilt load, or Atlantic tilt load, number 55. And Dalton McKinney inching closer and closer with every lap we've made. And it's just between these 2 now. It is an absolute dogfight.
Yeah, and I think once them two start getting the race, and you'll see that 3 check back into the picture. I'm sure he's pushing every single thing he has in that race car, trying to get back up to these guys. That's the question, though. While you're trying to catch up, how much stuff are you burning up to try to get back into contention? You just hang out for a little bit, let those guys race, and as they race, then you can slowly catch back up. So a lot of games being played. It's chess, not checkers. But going back to the leaders, I mean, Scott's going to have a handful of Dalton, and we know how aggressive Dalton likes to be on these short tracks. He's not afraid to use a chrome bumper, and as we say in NASCAR, he's not afraid. He'll use it, and if he wins, he wins, and he don't care who you are. He'll do whatever it takes to take that checkered flag, and I'm sure he wants to win this race to stay in contention with the points.
And
with Radke.
There it is. Pass for the race lead, the 46. And here comes the number 3. He's trying to make it a 3-car battle again as he is caught back up. These 2 doing a battle here at Irwindale. Sorry to cut you off there, Ricky, but
oh, no, you're good.
Hey, Dalton McKinney now pulling on away from Scott and Jeff Radke. Jeff Radke just can't get clear of Scott on that outside. Down at turn number 1 and 2. He finally got clear. A little bit of a looseness there, though. Oh, no. There we go. Yeah, there we go. Yes. Scott down to the inside. Jeff Radke on the outside. What can Radke do now? He got around one of the faster cars on the track here tonight. Now he's got to catch up to the number 46 of Dalton McKinney, who had the absolute perfect slide job for Scott. And he kind of just set sail. But now Radke trying to do what he can do here. He's got...
Oh, he sent it.
He's really sent it. I mean, he's leaving...
He sent it.
Yeah, he's leaving marks on the track. He's like, it's go time. I don't want anybody else to win these races but me. Goes the 3. Coming up with at least 5 laps to go here in the race. And there's the distance between first and second. He's really sending it on in there. Look at him go.
Yeah.
Oh, he's a little bit loose.
Yeah. He's loose. Yeah, he sends that sucker in the entry of turn 1 and turn number 3. As Dylan said, you can see the tire marks as the tires are probably just screaming at him. And Dalton just sitting right here saying, yeah, you go ahead and let those tires scream. I'll have something for you here in a couple laps, and hopefully I can just pull away as they get by the lap car.
Oh, he's really trying. Oh, he's dirt tracking.
Yeah, we're coming to 2 laps to go, though, so he knows it's go time. Oh, 47 got a little loose on corner entry. 2 laps to go here this time by. And who's it going to be? The 46? Oh, or the 3? Oh, my God.
These two leaving it out all on the table. I think that was pretty much all she wrote there, I believe. Dalton McKinney's going to come around, take the white flag this time by. And Dalton McKinney, 1 lap away from pay dirt. He had Jeff Radke gave it the beans all the way around. He's still trying to do it. Here we go.
Got him. Oh, got him.
Oh man, yeah. Man, if there's anybody that can make up that gap in 1 lap, it is that man right there, the number 3 machine of Jeff Radke, and he was leaving it all out on the table for us here tonight. Man, that was a race.
That was crazy. That was fun to watch, though, there at the end. Was calm, right? It's kind of like a hurricane. You had your craziness in the beginning, a couple cautions. Then you got the middle part of the race, the eye of the storm. That was your calm part. And then at the end, almost had some fireworks. And, yeah, that was a really good race to watch here tonight.
Yeah, an absolute barn burner of a race. But while we have the time, we're going to go ahead and grab our top 3 before Mr. Ricky Gonzalez leaves us here tonight. So since, San Antonio is just a little bit more forgiving than we are. But we're going to go ahead and grab the number 55. That's going to be Scott Negus. Scott, this is Dylan and Ricky in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir, I do.
Hopefully I pronounced your last name right. I'm not afraid to say it on do anything like
100%,
that.
100% correct, buddy.
We're making gains out here, man. See, we got it. But anyway, Scott, buddy, one hell of a race here tonight. You tried leading from start to finish. You had a couple of mistakes out there with everybody kind of battling for position. Got stuck down on the inside, had to make your move all the way up to the top. But, man, walk me through the last, 15, 20 laps between you, Dalton, and Jeff Radke.
I'll tell you, I tried my hardest to stay out in front of those two, and all they were doing, they were like the dog waiting to pounce on the bone. I made a little boo-boo, and they both pounced on me. So, yeah, they're darn good racers, no question. They're... for an old guy like me, it's I hate to say it, but they're kind of like an idol to watch. So you learn from them. But yeah, 2 worst guys to have behind you when you make a boo-boo, that's for sure.
Yeah, definitely not what you want to do, especially with those 2 behind you. But all in all, just a great race. It seemed like you guys didn't even take any time off. I mean, you guys were right back to racing how you were when you guys left Myrtle Beach, we could say. And, we focus on next week. It is New Hampshire. Or I'm looking at the wrong thing. My fault. We're not going to New Hampshire. We're going to Hickory next week. 150 laps. We know how much you love that track. You got your first official win in the Super Late Models Season 1. So you went last season without a race win. Now you're going Season 3 looking at Hickory next week.
I was hoping I was going to pull it off tonight because Vickers was saying he was going to knit me a sweater, but it didn't end up happening. So I'm really looking forward to Hickory. It is my favorite, that's for sure. I haven't done a lot with these mods on there, but it is a hell of a track to race for short track racing, and I'm looking forward to it.
All right, Scott, before we let you get on out of here, is there anybody on that number 55 machine you'd like to give a shout out to?
First of all, I want to welcome and thank you guys for having me on here. Core Racing and Lucky Dawg for hosting all this. Hats off to the whole Lucky Dawg group. I look forward so much to racing with these guys. That's who I want to thank because they make my night worthwhile. That's for sure.
Yeah, definitely. Well, Scott, we're going to go ahead and let you get on out of here. It's been a pleasure watching you out here tonight, and we'll see you next week.
Thanks, buddy.
right, that's going to be our third place finisher of that, man. I'm going to grab our second place finisher. This is going to be Jeff Radke. Jeff, this is Dylan and Ricky in the broadcast booth. You got a copy.
I do.
All right, Ricky, I took care of third place. I'm going to go ahead and let you take care of our second place finisher of Jeff Radke.
Yeah, Jeff, man, fantastic there at the end. You try to lay off the bumper, kind of walk me through what your game plan was. I was trying to tell Dylan, I think I know what he's doing. I'm not 100% sure, but kind of walk us through the last couple of laps there at the end where you try to just make your move to get the race win tonight.
Oh, yeah. Dalton, he was mirror driving, watching me try different lines. He was actually, I noticed him backing up the corners, trying to diamond it a little bit. And I guess my game plan there was to try to get a nose to the outside and hope that he would give me room off the corner. Just kind of take the spot right there through the center. But I never could get the right opportunity to. He took my line away once I got up close to him. It forced me down low, and that just threw everything out of whack. So I was happy to hold on for second.
Yeah, and then early on in the race, we saw you come. You had to start from the back yet again. It looked hard to pass out there. I was telling Dylan, if you show probably the left side tire on the right side of the person you're trying to pass, that's probably your best opportunity to get around. Just talk about how hard it was to pass here tonight, here at Irwindale.
Yeah, exactly. Just try to outbrake them into the corner, get that spotter to call you outside, get them thinking you're there when you're actually not, and hope they give you the room is pretty much the only way to get around people here. I got lucky there at the start. A bunch of guys kind of were slow, and then a bunch of other guys were sliding off the corner on cold tires, so that got me about halfway through the field. But once I got up into the top 10, it was a lot more difficult to get around anybody. Made up for it on pit stops.
Yeah, I was going to go back on that. It looks like the pit stop, man, you got to pay those guys extra bonus or something because they got you in and out of the pits there really, really fast.
Yeah, they were all talking about calculating fuel and trying to figure out how many laps. Luckily, I got a pretty good calculator on my other monitor, so I knew not to take too much fuel, and I was only taking rights. I ran the whole race on the same lefts.
There you go. Yeah, it looks like you probably couldn't take 4 even if you wanted to, just the way that how small this track is, and you don't want to get caught a lap down.
Yeah, exactly.
So, oh man, great run tonight, P2. That's still going to help you in the points. Fantastic finish. Who'd you like to thank on that number 3 machine?
My wife, of course. She lets me do this every week. TLM guys, they're great. Love being on that team with them. You and Dylan for putting on the broadcast. It's fun to go back and watch afterwards. And Vickery for putting the league on. Give me something to do.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that'll do it. Our second place finisher, that'll be the number 3 machine, Mr. Jeff Radke. We'll see you next week, sir, at Hickory Motor Speedway.
Can't wait. At least I don't have to start in the back.
Well, I hope you have a good night, man. We'll see you next week. Let's try to find our race winner now, Dylan. Great run by the number 3. He's going to grab our race winner. That'll be the 46 of Mr. Dalton McKinney. And Dylan, I'll let you take it from here, bub.
Dalton, this is Dylan and Ricky Gonzalez in the broadcast booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir. How's it going?
It's going pretty good. I mean, I kind of a little wishy-washy there towards the end of the race, but nonetheless, I mean, I would say you had such a clean night, but, that kind of would defeat the purpose. I mean, it was not a clean night at all. I mean, obviously, you got a couple of incidents here and there, but nonetheless, you were there at the end where it mattered, and you were able to come home with the race win.
Yeah, I definitely did not feel like I was the fastest here. I felt like Radke and Scott definitely had me beating that department. I just was able to find myself on a little fresher tires than Scott, and then I just had track position on Radke there in the end. I got out of the pits before him. I was able to, on them restarts where I was unfortunately had to start on the inside, I was able to get my way to the top, in second each time. And I knew I had better tires than Scott trying to run him down. But, man, you're trying to run him down. You also got Radke on your neck. And I finally just decided to go to the bottom. I was pretty well going to give my position to Radke, I felt, unless something happened to Scott. And it happened to push him into a mistake. He got in the wall and from there, it was just get as wide as I could. You know, Jeff, he's really fast, and I think we both downloaded this track tonight, and to be racing with him for a win like that's pretty cool. So can't complain.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you know, that you did what you had to do, and he said he noticed that you were backing up the corners just a little bit just to get a better diamond coming up and off the corners. And he was diving into there. He looked like Dale Earnhardt out there trying to get to your outside, just not able to do so. Got a little bit loose. And then all of a sudden he came back into the picture, and you timed every move that you needed to precisely, and you were able to come home with the race win. How much were you actually looking in your mirror every time he got super close to you?
Man, I live in my mirror. You know, I way more than I probably should. I'm always glancing up there, especially when it's him. You know he's, got to make a move. And even though this was a short track, you could really, I don't know if it was necessarily take air away from him, but I could come across his nose, because I was backing the corner up. And I felt like I was one of the only ones doing that, and I don't think it was the fastest way. I mean, I think it's what got me spun out from Wally. He just didn't expect me to back the corner up as much as I did. And, but yeah, I watched him, and then every time he tried to get to my bottom, I just tried to kind of come across his nose just a little bit, and I was able to get him loose. And then he ran me down on the outside, and I was running a pretty protective line there on the bottom, and I was able to, as soon as he got to me, go up and block his momentum. It's just time in every move. It's a chess match, and whenever you come out on top against him, you're really doing something, because it's tough to do.
Exactly. Well, sir, you came home with the race win. Obviously, you got to start in the back next week at Hickory. That could be really good or could be really bad. But, man, what a hell of a race here tonight by you and the number 46 machine in Dalton. Before I let you get on out of here, is there anybody on that number 46 machine you'd like to give a shout-out to?
Yeah, I want to thank my girlfriend with Birdie's Blooms, Threat Level Racing, all them guys. They're real fun to race with. You guys for putting this broadcast on, and everyone at Lucky Dawg for doing this league. It's a lot of fun. I haven't raced these cars a lot, and they're a blast. I hope it was fun to broadcast. I hope it's fun to watch, as much fun as it was to race in. So yeah, thank you guys for giving us that to go back and watch. And yeah, look forward to next week.
All right, Dalton, we're gonna go ahead and let you get on out of here. Celebrate that race win here tonight. We'll be talking to you again next week.
Thanks, man. Hey, I also needed to give a shout out to Johnny Williams for painting this thing, and I finally got the chrome on there, and it's looking sharp. So shout out to him for always having me looking good.
All right. Well, there you go. If you guys need a painter, hit up Mr. Johnny Williams. I've been watching the Discord. He's putting out some pretty fire paint schemes. So if you guys need any paint schemes done, hit up Mr. Johnny Williams.
Yes, sir.
All right, that's going to do it for our race winner here tonight. And Ricky, 125 laps up, 125 laps down. Went fairly quick. I mean, I didn't think it was going to go that quick, but it did. But nonetheless, I mean, now you got to home sweet home again, go to San Antonio.
Yeah, we gotta jump off of here. I gotta go pack. I haven't done that. We leave in the morning, and then still waiting word. I don't know yet, man. I may be on the road yet again when we get back, going up to Illinois for work. So yeah, it'll be a busy week for us for sure. Hopefully I can be there next Wednesday. You know me, man. I'll broadcast anywhere. I've done it from the hotel room in the past, and if I need to broadcast from the Airbnb, that's something that I'll do. And got Discord. I got iRacing on the work laptop. Probably shouldn't say that on the broadcast because now my boss is going to be like, take that stuff off of the work laptop. But yeah, man, it's always fun to come out. It's always a blast broadcasting with you. I always have fun doing this stuff. You're the reason I do this broadcasting in the first place. So to be back in the booth with you, it's fun and a blessing. And I know we had some minor hiccups tonight, so I apologize to the viewers that are watching tonight. But all in all, I thought tonight was perfect. It was great short track racing. We didn't have a lot of cautions. I already exited the session, and I was going to look see how many we got, but I already exited iRacing as well. So I think we had 4 or 5. I mean, not bad. We saw cars flip. One was on his lid. We saw cars slipping and sliding. We saw the inevitable slide job at the end of the race. I mean, what else couldn't you ask for here at a place that's Irwindale that's so famous for short track racing on the West Coast?
Exactly. Still just a great race out here tonight. Proud to say that we've done it here for 3 seasons with Lucky Dawg, but That's going to do it for myself and Ricky Gonzalez in the broadcast booth. Make sure you guys tune in to the other stream with Jimmy Covert and Derek Sherman in the broadcast booth with the Smoky Mountain Grassroots Late Model Stock Tour going on right now on YouTube. And then tomorrow night, no broadcast from anybody as the season's kind of mellowed down. Hopefully everybody had a safe and fun holiday season with Christmas and the New Year's. Now all we have is nothing but racing going on. But that's going to do it for myself and Ricky Gonzalez in the broadcast booth for CRN. Make sure you guys take care. Brush your hair.